Welcome to Tony Fox Tarot. Thanks for joining me today and great to have you with me. Today we are looking at what this person is hiding from you. So we'll break the reading down by having a look to see who this person is. What's their relationship with you? How do they think and feel about you? What's going on between the both of you? How do you think and feel about this person? We'll look at the past and the present, get an understanding as to what is it they're hiding from you, and we'll also look to see what the future outcome is. So lots to get into, and before we get started, if you want to go down below and hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future things that I post. Please like and share this video where you can. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Before you on the screen, we've got 4 different cards to choose from, and the idea is to choose a card that resonates with you really clearly. Once you've made that choice, that will be your reading. It's fine to choose more than one card if it comes through for you strongly. And remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave behind anything that doesn't. Now, we've got card 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking a moment to be with the cards, drawing in a nice deep breath, and as you release the breath, listening to your intuition, your inner voice, and the energy of the cards. Which of these comes through for you the strongest? Is it card 1, 2, 3, or 4? Down below, there are 4 different timestamps representing each of these different cards. If you'd like to go to the one you've chosen, I will see you in a moment. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 1. This is your reading, and we're looking at whether this person is hiding anything from you. So let's jump in and have a look and see what's going on. Up here with Temperance and the King of Cups. Good place to start with the other person, looking to the past. This person's been really into you in a pretty big way right from the beginning. I feel this is a connection that has the makings of a potential intimate relationship based on love. Got a very gentle soul that comes through here, somebody who's very in touch with their emotional self, articulate of their feelings, understanding of what people are like, and not afraid to kind of jump in at the deep end and share in a way that is very bonding. I feel like a lot of courtship has happened here between the two of you in a way where you've spent a lot of time together. A lot of patience comes through with this person and the connection that you've had in a way that says this has been a gentle and really fulfilling experience on an emotional level, on a spiritual level. In many ways, it feels like a very natural match between the two of you in a way that you could take it for granted that things would just evolve into a relationship that would last the test of time. Very sensitive person, very creatively driven. I feel there's a lot of poetic internal dialogue going on with this person, maybe even externally. Very good with words. Very good at putting people at ease, saying the right thing at the right time, or being what you need when you need it. A lot of healing energy that comes through here. This person could even have a background in healing, whether it's nursing or some kind of healing art that helps people to reach their higher potential, counseling, anything that really is supportive of other people in a way that assists and supports. I feel like this person's been really into you in a big way. They've definitely seen you right from the sort of get-go, and it's been all eyes on you in a way where they've really wanted to get to know you. I don't feel like they've held back. I don't know if this person has said a lot from the beginning. I don't feel like this person is all over everything. This person's gentle. Maybe even very quiet. It says what they need to say when they say it. When they do say it, it's usually with substance. There's nothing superficial about this person. Nothing skittish or flaky. This person is definitely steeped in an understanding of themselves and of you. Definitely showing clear intent in terms of what they want with you in a way that is articulate of feeling. So whether they've said it verbally or whether you've actually just felt it, I kind of feel like you've heard it. And I think there are some things here at the beginning that say to me that this person can often not be around. Maybe they go away for long periods of time. Maybe they can be really secretive. Maybe there's things that you want to ask them but you don't feel that perhaps you should. You don't want to infringe on their personal nature of being who it is that they are. You don't want to break the spell, so to speak. This person definitely has a predisposition to internalize and to keep things from themselves. But I did feel that there was a definite sense that this person may be drawn away and has spent time away from you in a way that, could be flagging questions from the beginning. If I come down here to the High Priestess and the Six of Cups, I feel in response to this person with yourself, I feel like you've definitely seen that this person is a comfortable fit, but there's definitely been uncertainties from the beginning. I think you've had questions as to where this is all going, maybe even whether you can fully trust this person. But this person puts you at ease and calms anything that may disturb you or cause you to question too harshly. Temperance, it's a card of moderating. This person has the ability to rebalance you and put you at ease. I feel like you've wanted to go deeper than the surface level of when you met this person. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You've hoped for deeper involvement with a future. Here with the High Priestess is definitely a card of the future. Six of Cups, there's a sense of familiarity with this person, of feeling that you already know them. I think you've been very open to where it's all going in terms of your involvement with this person and undemanding of them and of the connection between the two of you. I think you've allowed time and space and you've responded very patiently with them in a way where you've been open to whatever it is that's going to happen. I wonder whether for some of you here with the Six of Cups, whether for some people you were also thinking this is a potential person that you could actually settle down with and maybe have children with in the future, or that somehow children factored into this idea. Maybe you've got kids. Maybe this person's got kids. But I just feel like an openness for some of you in terms of what that actually may mean. I think some of the questions that you've had here at the beginning as to where things may not add up is maybe questioning why this person hasn't introduced you to certain people here. I think maybe this person has been a little bit evasive in terms of coupling you up with friends of theirs or introducing you to family members, or colleagues. I get a sense that there is almost like not a mismatch, but just, things aren't adding up here in terms of other people into this equation in a way that makes this feel more complete. You've got a deep connection with this person, but maybe you're not getting a connection with the other people that they know. Or maybe this person has actually been a little bit distant in terms of meeting some of your friends, maybe some of your family. But I think you've kind of tempered that within yourself of thinking maybe in time this will happen. Maybe let's not go too hard too fast, try not to give it all at once. And I think, essentially you've really hoped that this won't fizz out. I think you've been really into this person as much as they've been into you. Now, I'm going to come up here to the Tower and the Eight of Swords, and I feel here and now, things have really changed. I feel like this person's pulled completely back from you, almost in hiding. Maybe they're not around physically. Definitely shuttered down, definitely pull the shutters down emotionally. I feel like this person is very in their head at this point in time in a way where they're kind of rattling around in that experience and not articulating how it is that they're really feeling deep within themselves. There's a sense of restriction here that this person isn't giving as much as they were, or maybe they're not even giving anything at all. They won't divulge what's going on in a way that gives you some kind of insight into that. So they've clammed up. I feel like there's a definite lack of engagement here that causes you and them to think that this is all on shaky ground. Importantly, I think that this person is not facing what's going on in a way where they're actually present to kind of, connect with you in a way that is honest by just being themselves and telling you what's going wrong. I don't feel like they're emotionally, once again, I don't feel like they're emotionally present. They're not giving to you in a way that they were giving to you before. If you look into the past, this person was very naturally doing that in a way where you didn't have to ask anything of them. Now, it's like they've turned off the tap. You know, I just feel this person is acting unnatural around you. You know, they've pulled back, they're restricted, they've clammed up. I feel like they're on tenterhooks. It's like they're dancing around something. They're not getting to the point of what's wrong for them. They're not getting to the point of what's wrong between the both of you because of what's happening for them. I think they're skirting around the issue. They're not getting to the point. I feel like this person is also triggered, and that they can you know, like become really quite erratic around you in a way where, you know, just a small thing has to happen and they kind of, you know, they just get really tense, really on edge. You know, they've gone from feeling really comfortable and natural to feeling really uncomfortable and really unnatural. I feel like this person is definitely looking within themselves and just finding it really difficult to understand where this relationship is going. They're very in their head and very much thinking that potentially this is not what they want for the future, or this can't happen for the future. There's something pulling them back. There's definitely something that they're hiding. Definitely something that they're hiding. They're not telling you what it is that's going on. But there's limited rationale or reasoning. There's no clear articulation that seems to be going on within them at this point in time. I feel like this person is in a state of fear. It's like they've stopped dead in their tracks. I feel like they're scared that something is going to be revealed in a way that exposes them. I feel that they feel that something will be exposed in a way that shows you something about them that you won't like, that will destroy the relationship that they have with you. I feel like they're acting very mouse-ish, you know, very timid. There's a weakness here. This person's gone from being in their body, being in their soul, being in their experience with you, to completely retracting out of that, and they've gone from their heart into their head. Yeah? It's a really big turnaround. You come down here to the world and the Page of Swords, and I feel down here with yourself, I feel like you're losing confidence here in a way that is beginning to question everything. You're also looking to the past and really starting to question what you may have been feeling in the past that led you to doubt the potential of where this was all going. You're looking at their point, you're looking at everything, you're scrutinizing your entire world, but also that includes them because they're in your world. So you're looking at every aspect that knits the two of you together in a way that bonds you, but also looks at the past, but also looks at the future. And you're thinking to yourself, you know, is there a future here? Questions I feel that are swimming around your head are about whether there's somebody else in this relationship, whether they've done something wrong that would be unforgivable, questioning why they're not being honest with you, why they're not being upfront to tell you something that you know is wrong. They're going to a lot of trouble here to cover things up. They're really clammed up. They're certainly not telling you what's going on. And that's leading you to feel that potentially this could be you. You know, is it because of me? Am I the problem? Is it something that I've done? Am I not good enough? You know, Page of Swords here is picking over everything in a way that is just so detailed. It's like you're going over every single aspect of everything that ties the two of you together. And when you can't find an answer then you turn that on yourself and begin to question whether this is about you. So you're losing confidence very quickly. I think you're dwelling on things that you and they have experienced in a way where you're scrutinizing, you know, this in a very probing way, but you're not getting any answers here, and you're certainly searching for them. I think ultimately you're wondering whether this can succeed, whether this potential can actually fulfill its I guess its initial feeling, you know. The initial experience of truth that you actually had, because that is something maybe even now you're starting to think, oh God, was that actually the experience that we were having? You know, and it definitely was. I think ultimately you don't want to give up on this person, and you don't want to give up on the potential of actually being together in the future. If I come Over here is the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles. I feel here in the future, in terms of where you're going with this situation, is that you'll begin to compensate for this person's lack of honesty, this lack of input, this lack of connection with you. I think that you will try and keep it going in a way where you're overextending yourself to make it all good for this person. I think that will become quite exhausting. I think here with the Hierophant, there's a card of commitment, and potentially marriage for some people, definitely de facto, or, tying things together in a way where you have, a rock solid relationship. And I think here with the Two of Pentacles, you're not wanting to give up on this person. You see the potential that you both have here in a way where you could commit and be really happy, that you could have a life together. You're not prepared to let it all go. I think there's a lot of symbolically, I kind of feel like this is a lot about perspective, of trying to understand what's going on for this other person in a way where you're sort of stretching into new ideas as to why they may be behaving the way that they are, what it is that they may be hiding. Maybe you're looking to talk to other people in a way that gains perspective, different points of view from friends, from family, new ways of thinking about this that get you away from thinking so negatively and trying to sort of focus on the potential of where you can actually go with this in a way that actually gets you what you want. I think you're really extending to this other person in a way that says that you're committed, that you're not going to give up on them, that you're leaving everything open, that you've got your cards on the table and you're open to all possibilities in terms of, maybe you're even saying here that this person, if this person wants time out, if they need more space, that you're prepared to kind of be flexible around that in a way that says, look, I'm patient. Maybe having a month off, maybe having 6 months off, maybe even having a year off, I just kind of feel that you're sort of open to all potentials here in a way that allows them to sort of get a clearer picture as to what's going on for them. If I come up here to the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands, and I feel like this person's going to move on, and that they're going to turn their back on it all. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I think this person's going to think that it's easier to let it all go. The past has a really strong bearing here on what's going on. If you come back here to the Temperance and King of Cups, this person has a fully evolved emotional connection in terms of love here that was already existing when they actually met you. This person was in love with somebody else. This person has love for somebody else, and there's a past relationship that has an influence here right from the beginning. I think that this person has also had a lot of love for you in terms of the beginnings of a really amazing connection. But I don't feel like this person has necessarily been fully honest with you about how they felt about this other person in a way where it's turned out to be very complicated as a consequence. I think this person has been torn in two, and that at this point in time, the influence of the past, with the swords looking to the past, this is a card of control. I feel like there is a dominant energy here. There is somebody pulling at this person's chain. There is somebody who is destabilizing what's going on for them in a way that leads them to think about the past, to think about how it is that they really feel about this person, which is that they really love them. And that it's become incredibly complicated, and it's really tearing this person in two in a way that they can't be fully honest with you, because if they're fully honest with you, it will show them as being somebody who has messed you about. And so for them, it's easier just to move on from both of these relationships in a way where they have independence. So there's a desire for freedom here in terms of the outcome. I feel like this person is unable to face themselves here in a way that is honest and truthful with you about what is that's actually happened in the past. Or even if they have actually told you about a past relationship, I don't feel like they're actually being honest with you about how they really feel about this person. And I think that that's the crux of the problem. is that everything has become overly complicated because this person can't be fully honest with you. They become involved with you, they have feelings with you, they do have love for you, but they also have love for somebody else. And so it's become a very messy situation. I feel like this is a very difficult reading. As much as there is a really amazing connection between the two of you, I feel like this person is actually hiding something from you in a way where they can't resolve it within themselves because they're split in two. I think maybe you're open to the possibility of actually giving this person time and space to see where things go, even if they were to tell you that truth. Yeah. But I don't feel that that's what this person wants. I feel that this person wants to move on. It's almost been a catalytic relationship or a catalytic connection where this person has shown, or you have shown this person through this experience, that love is possible beyond this past relationship, and it's been a very deeply moving experience in a way that has forced this person to realize that they're not ready. So I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. Plenty of information about who I am, what it is that I do, and how you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much, and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 2. We're looking to see whether this person is hiding anything from you. So let's jump in and have a look and see what's going on. I'm going to start up here with the Devil and the 5 of Cups. Good place to start, the other person looking into the present. I definitely feel this person is harboring some kind of resentment, some sort of disappointment that relates to you. They're very internalized, very focused on feeling wronged in some way, shape or form. This person has lost trust in you here with the Devil. They've turned their back in a way where they're not being upfront about what's going on with them and how it is that they really feel or why they actually feel this. I feel like this person is trying to make you feel bad. It comes across as being very passive aggressive. Maybe this person's being nice to your face, but at the same time, there's a feeling there that things aren't right and they're just not telling you what it is. Very difficult to read, holding onto it very tightly. Definitely generates a lot of emotion within this person in a way where they're brooding on it. It's a very passive state, very internalized state, and I feel like this person's just not facing you about it. They're not looking you square in the eye and saying, this is what's actually wrong. This is what you've done to annoy me, or this is what I think has happened in a way that leads me to feel this way. Instead, they're alienating you in a way that is not honest. Maybe at times they're actually being nice to your face. But again, there's a feeling underneath it, and that feeling is unmistakable. And they want you to feel that way. It's designed to leave you to feel insecure and uncertain about what's going on between the two of you. So they're definitely hiding feelings. They're hiding what it is that they really think and feel about you, but in a way where they're holding on to a lot of negativity and they're trying to make you feel bad about something that you don't know. I question whether there is some sort of collusion going on here with other people. I have a feeling here that this person has confided in other people in a way that has spilt the beans in terms of what's going on for them about you. And I feel like people are on board with that. You know, people are sort of, soothing this person in a way that is very poor me. You know, I feel like this person is acting out in a victimized way. And they simply can't face you truthfully in a way that just kind of cuts through all the crap and actually gets to the point to really say what the problem is. If I come over here to the Chariot and the 10 of Cups, You know, you're very different people. If I look here to the past, I'm looking for you, at you here in this situation. I feel like you've been really happy about the connection that you actually have with these people in a way where you've been oblivious to any problems. I think you've just continued on the way that you've always continued on in this connection. This could be a friendship, could be a work colleague. It could also be a love interest. I get a very positive, upbeat, very consistent individual in terms of your character. I think you're very point and go. What you see is what you get. I don't think you like to play games at all. I think you like just to cut to the chase and to be above board in a way that is just so much easier than having to play dramatic little games. I think you've always been really supportive to this person here with the Chariot. You know, it's an incredibly positive card. You know, enormous strength and willpower here with the Ten of Cups. I think you bring a lot to the connection with this person and also with other people that you know around this person. I kind of feel like you've been a really strong influence in everybody's life in a way where you really anchored all of these relationships into a very bolstered, very supportive, very assertive framework that really brings in a lot of light and a lot of happiness. Again, a lot of positivity for me. I don't feel that you're the type of person that likes to kind of indulge in drama. Here with the Chariot. You know, I think you're just straight in there in a way where people know who you are in a way that is it's unmistakable. You know, your character isn't one where people have to keep guessing as to how does it you might think, how does it you might feel, or what your intentions are. If you don't like somebody, you tell them. But you give them an opportunity to respond in a way that is very black and white. I think you give everybody a fair chance. But I think here in this situation, I feel like you've just been getting on with it and doing your own thing and minding your own business. And everybody seemed like they were all happy in your world. There were no signs of discontentment. Yeah. But if I come up here to the Lovers and the Eight of Wands, there has been some sort of noticeable change here with this person in the past. Looking into the past of their timeline, I feel the frequency of the relationship has changed here with the Eight of Wands. You know, I think there's been some sort of swift change. You know, things have kind of all of a sudden gone in a sort of slightly different direction. And I think you've just kept up with that in a way where maybe you've thought this person is just thinking and feeling different things and kind of just getting on with it. There's been a noticeable change, but not a change that leaves you to feel like you're losing confidence in what you have with this person. Do you feel like this person has begun to spend less time? Things have become much more light touch with you in a way where it's maybe being a little bit more superficial. Maybe this person isn't as present with you as much as they used to be. Maybe they're spending less time with you than they used to spend time with you. I feel like this person's sort of shooting in and shooting out. I think they're always off doing different things, you know, things to do, people to see. So there is definitely a change in terms of their character or their behavior with you in a way that signals that there is like a new direction perhaps, or a new frequency is what I would say. But it's not a negative one. I just kind of feel like all of a sudden things are just more light touch with this person in a way where they seem to be very up in the air, maybe less committal. But now in the grand scheme of things, when you kind of look at where you're at now in this more present situation, I think maybe you're beginning to question, what is it that's been going on? You know, what's happened for this person to actually all of a sudden become, more negatively focused on the relationship. If I come down here to the Emperor and the Six of Wands, I feel like you've just been really consistent. It's more of the same in many ways. I feel like you've been constructive and supportive with this person in a way where you've just built on what's already been laid down. You know, there's no wavering here. You know, you've been very consistent in terms of your input with this person. Here with the Emperor, you know, it's another strong, assertive card. You know where you're at with the Emperor. I think your determination and your disciplined effort has been one where you really led by example in underpinning this particular friendship or connection, yeah, whatever relationship this is. I think it's sort of an example that kind of spreads further than just that, though. I think you have led by example by just being the person that you actually are, and that actually has an impact on everybody that you know through this person. Again, not making any room for drama, very measured and emotionally balanced in a way where even though you're reading that this person's not happy deep down, you're kind of creating a space that gives them every opportunity to be able to be honest with you, and you're not indulging them in a way that buys into this kind of this kind of mindset. Okay. In that sense, I think you're a very strong and assertive person, a very authoritative person. I think here with the Chariot and the Emperor, these are really strong cards in terms of personality archetypes. I think you're a born leader. I think you're very success orientated. I think you're quite a driven and passionate person. I think at times perhaps you won't take no for answer. I think maybe there is an enviable ability to get what it is that you want without having to try so hard. Maybe that's not the truth. I mean, maybe people perceive that you're not trying hard, or that it comes easy to you. But I think you have the energy and the tenacity to be able to kind of nut things out in a way where you reach goals and get the success that you really want. I think also you understand that this person can be changeable. I think you also understand that this person can be slightly emotional. And I think from that point of view here with the Emperor, I think this is a very strong parenting card. I kind of feel like you're parenting the situation in a way where you're providing parameters of acceptable and responsible behavior. Again, you're leading by example of not wanting to indulge anything that gets messy. I think in that respect, you're always looking at the big picture. You're not getting caught up in this detail of kind of wasting time. You're just trying to kind of, shepherd the situation into a better outcome that actually gives you a successful outcome. Yeah. Where's all of this going to go? If I come up here with the Hangman and the Nine of Swords, I feel like the future outcome for this person is that they continue to withdraw in a way where they're digging deeper into this experience. There's a lack of creative solution that actually meets you halfway in a way that articulates what's actually going on for them, what is it they're actually hiding. I have to be honest here, if you look at the Nine of Swords, which looks back to the past, I feel like here with the Eight of Wands, I feel like this person's heard something. It could be gossip, it could be some sort of information that has a bearing on the relationship that they actually have with you. And I feel like that's destabilized them in some way, that has left them to feel perhaps things weren't going or aren't going in the direction that they want things to go. I feel like this person's been hurt by something that they've actually heard, because here with the Devil and the Five of Cups, there's sorrow. There's disappointment, there's heartache, about what is it that actually happened here in a way that has left this person feeling that they can't look you in the eye anymore. Something has been heard, something has been said, something has been communicated to this person that leaves them to feel some kind of resentment towards you. And they're hanging on that over here with the Hangman and the Nine of Swords in a way where I feel like this is crippling them. It's something that they can't seem to let go of, something that they seem to be really dwelling on. They feel wronged by you, and they're keeping it to themselves in a way where they won't surrender to some sort of like truthful dialogue with you that kind of sheds light on the situation, brings truth into the equation, and just kind of looks at this mature. I have to be honest with you, this person reads as being very passive aggressive, but also incredibly immature at an emotional level. And I think that's really difficult for you, because I get a very mature, very responsible, very assertive person who doesn't have time for that sort of behavior. And even if that is happening around you, I think you're just trying to look for a solution that's constructively, positively focused. And so this person is at odds with you in terms of how does it they deal with problems, right? I feel a lot of what's going on here for this person in the outcome is that they've actually compounded their situation because of the collusion of other people. There are other people involved in this situation in a way where I feel like they're kind of stroking this person's ego, playing into their victimized mentality, propping up their insecurities in a way where they really don't know how to kind of constructively address what's going on. I feel like the outcome here for you down here with the Judgment and the Five of Pentacles is one where you'll conclude where this is not worth it for you. Yeah. I have a feeling here with Judgment that you're going to hear some kind of information here in the future. Maybe maybe hearing the side of this person's story, or hearing secondhand information from other people in a way that sheds more light onto what's going on as to why this person has actually been very withdrawn, why they're hiding whatever it is that they're hiding from here, hiding from you. Yeah. And I think what you're going to see in this situation, that this is just a blame game, some sort of a blame game, yeah? That you're being blamed as being the problem, and that there's no constructive dialogue with them or with anybody else in a way that kind of puts this onto, like a map that can kind of, liberate you from this experience. I really feel here that it's kind of almost like a race to the bottom, and it's one that you're not prepared to lower yourself down to in terms of your standards. I don't feel you're prepared to play games here in a way that gets dirty, gets messy, gets into blaming. I kind of just feel this person's really misread you in terms of how it is they should deal with a situation like this. And they've kind of dug themselves deeper and deeper into a hole which they can't get out of anymore. Yeah, and here with the Nine of Swords, I feel like by this time they're just too afraid to face the truth with you. Yeah, there's a total lack of any reciprocated effort here coming in, because you're putting in all the effort into this person and nothing's coming back. And I feel like you've actually reached the bottom line here in a way where you're saying to yourself that you're really disappointed, but at the same time you also know where you stand. I have to be honest with you here. I feel that this is a situation that you want to cut away from yourself. Yeah, throwing the ballast overboard. To kind of to raise the energy, to raise yourself up and above and beyond this situation is what this is all about. For me, this person is playing games with themselves and playing games with other people in a way that is enormously distractive. I kind of feel like you're giving this person every opportunity, even right here at the end, to kind of step up and actually meet you halfway and actually be decent about what's going on in a way where they have the opportunity to communicate what the problem is, but they're not doing that. And if they can't face you at that level, I don't really feel that it's worth it. Look, I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. Tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. Thanks very much and take care. Everyone, welcome to card number 3. This is your reading and we're looking at what this person is hiding from you today. So let's jump in and have a look and see what's going on. Let's start here with the High Priestess and the Two of Cups, which is a good place to start with you and yourself in the current position of the here and now. I get a sense here that you feel very uncertain about this person. Lots of questions around what this kind of relationship is supposed to be. Is this a friend? Is this a lover? Is this other? I just feel a lot of uncertainty about who this person is in the context of what they mean to you. I feel like it's here with the High Priestess, it's just like this uncertainty about what you want for the future. What do you want to actually have with this person? for now, but also for the future. What do you feel about them? What do they mean to you? It feels very uncertain to me in a way that maybe you're pushing this person away a little bit. Maybe you're being evasive with them. Maybe you're not wanting to spend too much time with them right now. Kind of coming to grips with how you actually feel about this person, trying to understand what they are to you. Very trepidatious about getting involved with them in some way. I feel you're uncertain about what it is that you actually want to give, how much it is that you actually want to invest. There is a feeling that you're actually really close with this person. This is a very bonded, I would say, relationship of some sort. I feel there is a connection here that warrants, deep consideration as to the worth of this person to you. But I think fundamentally for me, it feels as though you're actually saying, do I really want to go much deeper? Or do I just kind of want to keep it surface level and keep distance? I think you definitely want to be friends with this person, but I think you want time and space, and I think you want to be able to feel it out in a way that keeps the door open to possibility, but which doesn't bind you or pressure you into feeling that it has to be something that you're not prepared for right now. If I come back over here to the Hermit and the Nine of Swords, I'm looking at you in the past here, and I feel like it's been a really long period of time where you've just been very challenged by life, Lots of difficult challenges that have been going on for a number of years, I would have said. I feel like this is a very long stretch of time where you've just felt very uncertain about your journey, where you're going, what you're doing. It feels very independent, it feels very alone. I feel like you're a very deep person who is introspective in a way where you really like to figure yourself out. And I feel like you've actually been going through a process of ironing out a lot of historic stuff in terms of your upbringing, your conditioning, the experiences that you've had in certain relationships that have shaped and formed you. I feel that this hasn't been easy. I feel like you've actually been to some very deep and difficult places that have forced you to realize some very uncomfortable truths about your history, about how you feel inside. I feel like this is like you've been facing yourself in a way where you're unraveling, unpicking, decoding all of the stuff that has gone before you in a way where you're trying to break free from a lot of negative conditioning. I feel like you've avoided relationships. I feel like you've avoided being involved with people, just generally speaking, not just intimate relationships, but maybe friends and family. It feels very alone. I feel like you've been alone and searching within yourself in a way where you've just been trying to figure yourself out. I don't feel like you've had time for complicated situations or complicated people, complicated relationships. I think, and when that has happened, I think it's just really made for a bumpy ride. It's made things more challenging for you in a way where you just don't really want it or need it. I don't say that you're avoiding anything. I don't feel it's about that. I think it's actually more about facing things within you, needing the time and the space to be able to go internally within yourself to be able to face certain obstacles. If this is about doing deep introspective work, and it's about doing it alone in a way where you're not dragging everybody else into this situation and complicating it for you or for them. There's a fearlessness here, even though the Nine of Swords is a fear-based card. I feel like you're facing your fears and going really deep into the experience here with the Hermit in a way that reflects, brings light and understanding in a very spiritual way. Coming up here to the Hangman and the Knight of Swords, looking historically to this other person that we're talking about today, I feel that this person has wanted to permeate or cross a boundary with you in a way that goes deeper into knowing who it is that you are. I feel like this person's knocking at the door, so to speak, trying to get in to see what you're all about, trying to understand what you are about, but also what are your wants, what are your needs. The Hangman, definitely a card of limitations in some ways. It's a stop card, and the Knight of Swords. You know, it does feel like this person's been quite articulate and maybe even persistent in wanting to have something with you in a way that gets to know who it is that you are as a person. I feel like they've been very persistent and they haven't given up on that idea of trying to communicate some way of getting into your world and saying hi. There's something that compels them to want to know more about who it is that you are. They want to understand what you're about. I think there have been a lot of times where they've been just really angry and frustrated that you haven't let them in deeper and more meaningful. That there are limitations in knowing you in a way that frustrates them. I think at times they've just tried to be very creative with their relationship with you, in whatever shape or form that is. You know, creative ways of communicating with you that often are not just literal, but often also symbolic or subtle. I think this is a very sophisticated, highly strung person who has a very unique perspective and who is also incredibly spiritual. I think they see a kindred spirit with you in a way where maybe they have a lot of similarities to you here with the swords. I kind of feel maybe their past is also one that has been challenging for them, which they have also been trying to gain insight into. I feel like there's a lot of parallels here between the two of you in a way where you have a lot of similarities in terms of character, in terms of spirituality, in terms of your abilities to articulate within yourselves what's going on with problems that you're wanting to break free and liberate from. Your own prisons, really, is what it feels like. But there's a lot of energy behind the both of you that is often on the side of negative, but which you're not wanting to be, if that makes sense. I think the two of you are trying to independently transform yourselves in a way that breaks free from the shackles of certain ways of thinking and conditioning. If I come over here to Temperance, and the Five of Pentacles, I feel in the here and now that this person feels incredibly rejected by you. They're hiding it. They feel alone. They're pining for you in a way where they want a deeper connection. I think this person feels very hurt that they can't have something more deep and meaningful here with Temperance. I feel like this person feels a very kindred, almost soulmate connection to you in a way where they have an enormous amount of love for you and a lot of respect as well, I would have said. They feel spiritually tied in a way where they're yearning for something that is obvious to them. You know, they see an opportunity to get to know each other in a way where you can explore something that can help to heal each other. However, that's not happening because I don't feel here with anything that I've seen of you is sort of communicating in any way, shape or form that that's what you want. If anything, it's quite the opposite. I feel a trepidatiousness, a reservation to be more involved in a way that gives them that opportunity. There's a lot of sadness that this person is hiding, a lot of emptiness. It's difficult for them to tell you how it is that they really feel or to communicate what's going on, because they feel forsaken, abandoned, alone, rejected by you in a way that reflects on them. They feel that they aren't good enough, that maybe they're not lovable. They've taken it very personal, they've taken it very deep, they've taken it in a way that has knocked their confidence. They're hiding all of this. They don't want you to know how it is that they really feel, because they can see that you don't want them to come in any further. They're sensitive to your needs. They're sensitive to the fact that this isn't what you want. There's incredible sadness here for this person in a way where I feel like it's very difficult for them to function day to day. I think that they are putting one foot in front of the other, but they're constantly thinking about you. You're always on their mind, and they know at this point in time that there is no hope, but they can't let go of that hope at the same time. So they're consumed by this experience of feeling for you, but they can't let you go. I think this person has been hiding a lot of anger, a lot of frustration since they've known you. And they've hidden how much they really want to be in your world, to be in the experience of being with you in a way that gets to know you. I think that now they're at a point of just realizing that that's actually not going to happen, and so they're going through an enormously difficult grieving process that is consumed by loss and rejection. Where's this going to go? And look over here to the Magician and the Nine of Wands. And I feel that the outcome for this person is one where in the future, and I don't feel like that's too distant. Just before I go there, I just wanted to say, I wondered for many of you whether this person is actually traveling away. Here with Temperance, definite card of travel, whether this person's traveled away with work or taking a holiday or decided to go on some sort of a long trip, a journey of some sort to kind of to get away from all of this, to reflect, to rebalance, to heal. But I feel I would say the next 6 months for me, I feel here with the Magician and the Nine of Wands that this person is reignited and wants to reach out to you in a way where they're wanting to reconnect. I think this person will seize the moment and assert themselves back into your world in a way where they're very upfront to communicate their intention or their desires to want to know you more. I think this person will put their cards on the table. They'll lay everything bare in a way where they'll be very honest about what it is that they actually have been hiding. This person has consolidated through a process of understanding that they want to fight for you in a way that says, I don't want to give up. That this is what I really want. And that I can't hold on to this anymore in a way that hides it, and that I need, it's like it's now or never, I think they'll put themselves on the line in a way that'll show a very different side of themselves that comes across as being really honest, but also very assertive and confident. I feel everything that this person has been holding back is now communicated very clearly to you in a way that is unmistakable. I think that they will show honesty and integrity and a determination that makes a solid case for how it is that they really feel, and they won't hold back. I think this might be difficult for you. I do have to say, if I come down here to the Moon and the Eight of Swords, I think this is going to resurface all of the past feelings that you've had. Which triggers the old conditioning. I think that'll land squarely in front of you in a way that you'll feel very uncomfortable. It'll bring up a lot of deep thoughts that come from within, a lot of deep experiences from your past. I think you're going to feel really uncomfortable. I think you'll feel overwhelmed by this person doing what it is that they've done in a way that leaves you feeling hemmed in, claustrophobic, that it's too much too fast, or just too much. I think you'll push this person away in one fell swoop. I don't feel that you will be open to what it is that they're actually trying to say to you. So everything that they had been hiding that they feel that you didn't want to hear is probably what you don't really want to hear. I think that your communication will be unmistakable, that this person will not be able to misinterpret what you're saying, and that you're essentially saying that you're not ready for this level of engagement, let alone responsibility to be with somebody in a way that they're actually asking of you. I feel like that you'll make a case for more time and space, that now is not the time for you. I have to be honest with you, when I look at the timeline of where you're at in this experience with this other person, I don't feel that you're ready for this kind of experience. So I feel like here with the moon, it's like in the future, fun. Like if there was any uncertainty right now, which I think there is a lot of, I think when you get to the future here, the moon is speaking so loudly in terms of your internal process. Your instincts are so acutely aware of what you don't want, which is that you don't want to be hemmed in with somebody in a way that triggers you, that leaves you to feel that you have to be something that you don't want to be, that you don't want to be under the influence of somebody in such a close way. I actually feel for a really long time here in the past, you've lived with a lot of debilitating fear, almost as though you have a lack of control over what you want. And I think that you've been trying to decompress and deconstruct all of that in a way where you're successfully getting to the heart of matters. And I think that here in the future, it just indicates that there's more to go, in a way that you need to begin to trust how you really feel about yourself and about what you want and what your needs are, and that you don't need to be something that you're uncertain of, that you need to be yourself, even if that means telling people what they don't want to hear. I hope this reading has made some sense to you. If it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. Tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future readings I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 4. This is your reading and we're looking at what this person is hiding from you today. So let's jump in, have a look and see what's going on up here with the Devil and the Two of Swords. Good place to start with the other person in the present. I feel this is somebody who doesn't trust you in any way. I don't feel that they're actually giving anything away that allows you to get an understanding as to where they're at, what they're thinking, how they're feeling. Or what's going on. There's almost like a refusal to disclose anything in a very secretive way. This person is actively covering up interests that may have some sort of bearing on your world in a way that could impact you for the long term. I feel like this person is going to great lengths to stop you from knowing what their business is about. I feel as though they are involving other people in that process in a way that goes to great lengths to cover things up, to stop you from probing into what's going on in a way that may give you an understanding as to certain aspects of their life and information that is very important to your world. they're not letting on anything to you. I think when you're talking to them, I feel that they are very much talk to the hand. Like I get rudeness coming through, abruptness, a refusal to cooperate in a way that is civil. I feel that this person is throwing out all the stops to block you from accessing anything that has to do with you and them. Lots of lies and deceits going on here. I feel that this person is not telling the truth to you, not disclosing anything to you in a way that helps you to understand what's going on in a very honest and truthful way. Again, I feel this person is involving other people in a way that kind of has their back. To me, it feels that could be quite extreme. You know, I definitely feel friends and maybe family, maybe colleagues. For some of you, I kind of feel like that could even be lawyers or you know, somebody who is in a professional capacity to really look after this person's interests in a way that is prepared to railroad you. I think this person is trying to throw you off the scent. I think they're trying to throw anybody else who is actually looking into this from your perspective. I think they're trying to throw them off the scent as well. They're definitely covering things up in a way where I feel that this is potentially going to get really nasty and very motivated in terms of stopping you. I think this person is very unpleasant to deal with at this time. I feel that they're not listening to you. They're not able to have a conversation with you that's kind of just one-on-one in a way that is down to earth and respectful. This person is highly defensive, is taking every precaution in a way where they are not trusting of the situation, certainly not trusting of you, and I feel that they're telling you to back off. Otherwise, they're going to make trouble. It's very talk to the hand, you know. I just feel that this person, there's red flags all over this for me. I feel that the more that they kind of do, the more red flags kind of come up for me in a way that says this person is trouble. If I come over here to Judgment and the Queen of Swords, I feel looking into the past with yourself. I feel like you've made a decision to get out of this connection with this person. This could definitely be a relationship. It could be a marriage, a de facto relationship, some relationship where there is, it doesn't have to be intimate. It could also be a relationship where there is a lot at stake in terms of investment, either in terms of security or financially, and economically motivated opportunities. I feel back here though, you know, there's definitely a sense that you have wised up to this person, and I feel that you can't trust them anymore in a way that you've said, I want to get out. This person hasn't been there for you in any way, shape or form. They haven't given you support. They haven't given you trust. I feel like you have seen this for what it is in a way where you've just wised up really quickly and you've gotten straight to the point. And I think that you've made it very clear that you want out, that you want to cut away. I think you've heard something here. I feel here with Judgment, I feel like information has come through that has really sort of like, you know, sharpened you up in a way where it's like, hang on a second, what is this person up to? I think something really big has kind of shifted your perspective and understanding as to who this person is, what they're actually about, what they're actually capable of doing. I feel a great deal of vulnerability here in a way where there's almost a degree of desperation, and you're saying to yourself, I need to get out. I need to get away from this situation. I need to look after my own interests. I need to act quickly. I feel here this has been really hurtful. There's been a lot of grief, a lot of pain involved with coming to this point of understanding, because you've realized that you're actually on your own and you can't depend on this person anymore. I think you've really clammed up here as well. You've decided not to tell them anything. I think silence is really big here. It's quite deafening in a way where you've realized you need to look after your own interests. You've realized you need to get your affairs in order. You need to put things in place in a way where you measure your response in a very rational way. I get a feeling here that you're a survivor. You know, very determined, straight thinking person when you need to be. I feel like you've been here before in some way, shape or form. I think life has served some difficult twists and turns for you in a way where it's never been clear sailing and it's never been far from this kind of situation. I feel like you know what people can be like in a way where sometimes you have to look after yourself. I feel here there's a lot of bitterness, a lot of resentment, and at the same time there's also fear. Fear that this person may retaliate based on what you've actually decided to do in terms of getting out. This person's unreliable. I get an unreliable nature here with the devil and the two of swords. I feel that this person can just close off in a way where they cut you out, cut you off. They can be quite desperate, very insecure deep down, and nasty. I get somebody who can actually be motivated in a way where they just don't give a damn about how you think, how you feel, what it does to you in terms of their actions. I feel back down here with Judgment and the Queen of Swords, people have been telling you to get out. There's been a lot of warnings. People have been saying, red flag, get out. You need to go. Listen to us. Maybe that's actually had a bearing on the gravity of this. If I come up here to the Star and the Seven of Pentacles, I feel here with the other person in response to what's been going on in the past for you. I feel as soon as you've done that, this person has clambered in a very insecure way. They felt very vulnerable. Immediately, it's kind of, triggered them to think about security. This feels like money, assets, security. This person's thinking straight away, what's mine is mine. It's all proportioned around security. They're just thinking about the money, they're thinking about the security, they're thinking about what's theirs. Thinking about what they've got to lose, how vulnerable they actually feel in this situation, what is it they've actually contributed. And the fact is here with the Seven of Pentacles, this person feels like they deserve more, that they've contributed more, that they're actually more worthy, and that you actually deserve very little. I think this person's been quite obsessed with it as well. They haven't responded emotionally to what's going on. They haven't responded in a civil and communicative way that fosters the potential for trust and understanding to actually have an outcome for the future that may benefit everybody. It's just straight into selfishness and thinking about what is it they need. Thinking of ways to hide things from you immediately. I have to be honest with you, what I feel is happening here is definitely an idea of hiding money, of hiding security, of hiding something material. I feel like this person is putting things away, tucking things away, going to great lengths to cover up their tracks in a way that gives you access to see what is it they're actually doing. It's all about figuring out what's theirs in a way where I feel this person wants to keep the lion's share. They don't want to give you anything if they can. They realize they may have to give something, but they want to give very little if that's possible. Maybe a token amount, but nothing more than that. Person's very insecure, very vulnerable deep down, easily triggered in a way where I think it does all become very material, very superficial. Coming over here to the World and the Ten of Pentacles, I feel here, there's almost like a sense that at times you could take it for granted that there's plenty to go around. Yeah, there's more than enough. In the past, maybe security has never been an issue. I get a background of support in terms of family. I wonder whether for some of you, whether you have children that might be involved with this situation and it may impact on them, or impact on wider family in some way, shape or form. Your family values are really strong here. You've obviously got a very solid underpinning in terms of doing what's right by a very moral and ethical understanding of how that relates to family. Children, extended family, servicing their world in a way that is supportive of them. I feel that is actually a very important core value to you, that you want to have enough that actually helps yourself and also the people who are really important and who you love to thrive and prosper. I think maybe also you're wondering, I get a feeling here, it's almost like you're connecting into this idea of family and the family network and the values that surround that. I wonder if you're assuming that the family will have your back, maybe that this person's family will have your back, or that the social network of people that the both of you know will have your back, that somehow this can influence this other person in a way that kind of, you know, forces them to do the right thing. I think also wanting the best possible outcome for everybody concerned in a way where there's enough for everybody to have everything that they need, including yourself. I think you want to have a successful world here in a way that is secure and that security isn't an issue. I also get a feeling, once again, there's a lot of people who are around you, a lot of very supportive people around you. I see that here with Judgment. I also see here that here with the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot of people who have had your back. I feel like a lot of people are telling you that it's fine. But I gotta be honest with you here, I'm a little concerned about that because I feel almost like this is a bit of a bubbled existence. I don't know that these people know how things can get like you do. I think you've seen a slice of life that has wised you up in a way where you're a realist. You know what people can be like. You know, it's good, bad, and the ugly. You know, I don't think that you're not Pollyanna. You know, you don't have the rose-tinted glasses on. I think that's the reality. But I think a lot of people around you are sort of saying everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be fine. We have your back. There's a network of people, whether it's family, whether it's social. I just kind of feel, you know, they're all saying, you know, the right thing is going to be done here in a way that there's nothing to worry about. But I think also, what I also get here with the World and the Ten of Pentacles is that there is enough to go around. There is enough security. Everybody can be fine. If everything's fair, if everybody's aiming for altruistic aims, objectives, you know, there's not a problem. Where's this going to go in terms of an outcome? Coming up here to Death and the King of Pentacles, I'm going to be honest with you here. I feel that this person's going to try and take you for everything. You know, greed and determination are going to dominate the outcome here in a way, with the sheer arrogance and self-entitlement of this person is going to be brutal. I feel that this person won't care about anybody else but themselves. They'll look down their nose in a way that acts like they never knew you and that they owe you absolutely nothing. They'll want it all for themselves. This person has a giant ego, is highly insecure, and just has this real gutsy, ballsy way of dealing things where they feel so deserving. It's a gall, you know, like they don't even flinch to detach from the situation in a way where they don't feel like they have any responsibility to you, any responsibility to the world that you live in. I feel like this person has absolutely no concept of sharing or of doing the right thing in this situation in terms of an outcome. I think this person will also think that they're actually highly untouchable, conceited, condescending, you know, just talking down to you, talking over you, talking at you, not connecting in a way that makes this human or which recognizes what is it you're going through in terms of pain and suffering. No scruples, absolutely none whatsoever. And I feel that this person is going to succeed in getting what is it they actually really want here in a way that is going to be very confronting, because I think here with Death, this person just doesn't care in a way where they're prepared to leave carnage. They're prepared to toxify, salt the ground. You know, it's nothing to them. They'll do everything possible to get as much as possible. And then they'll want some more. You know, it's never going to be enough for this person. This person is highly insecure, incredibly greedy, and very needy, yeah, and demanding. I'm going to come down here to the Fool and the Ten of Swords, and I feel here that this will leave you feeling gutted, that you've been left for dead. I think you'll be unable to grasp the betrayal of this situation in a way that you can get your head around it. I'm going to be honest with you here, though. I think you'll bounce back as sharp as a tack, and very quickly. I don't feel that this is going to be a long, drawn-out process of grief. I feel that you will simply move on and let it all go here with the Fool. That you're not prepared to lower yourself to this situation, to lower yourself to these standards. I feel that you will decide not to buy into their toxicity, and in the end, you'll leave them for dead. I think that you'll just wipe them, yeah? I don't see revenge here. I don't feel a sense of feeling that you're owed anything. I don't feel that you will want to engage in a way that gives this any more time. I think you'll see this person for who it is that they are, is that they are relentless in their efforts to get what they want, and that it's just not worth the challenge, yeah? I think this is a sense for me where you're saying to yourself that I need to live my life. And in order to do that, I need just to kind of let all this go. I feel what will come from this is actually something actually very personal and very liberated for you in a way that allows you to live a very different life in a way that maybe you haven't done before. It's free from want. It's free from need. You know, everything is a gain from that point onwards. It's like, you know, you have your independence, you have your integrity, but also you have a path here with the Fool. You know, you're prepared to step away, to step out, to take a risk, to kind of go it alone in a very unconventional way. Maybe I feel maybe your values are changing through this process. Your perspectives about what you want from life are changing through this process. The realization that you never wanted or needed any of what it was that you had with this other person. It's a new beginning in terms of picking up the pieces and moving on. I feel if you look at the swords, which always look to the past, the thing is that you're not prepared to suffer like a fool, right? You're not prepared to be a victim. You're not prepared to be under somebody else's rule. In terms of the King of Pentacles, you know, it's like, you know, you are your own person in a way where I feel that you're a survivor. You know, back here with Judgment and the Queen of Swords, you're an absolute survivor. You've seen it all before, and you'll rise up again to see a very different world. And I feel, as a caution today, that stepping away and actually disengaging from this person is really important, because getting bound by their toxic existence is going to do nothing else but actually drag you down. I hope this really has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. Plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is I do, and how you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care.